Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here with another episode of the BoomStick Critique. I'll just jump into this. It's been another Dragon Ball Z video. Once again, my favorite show of all time. 4 stars, baby, out of 4. Great, perfect show, in my opinion. Let's jump in with Season 4. I left off with Season 3, so now we're at Season 4. As you'll see, this is Trunks on the front. Now, Trunks is actually Vegeta and Bulma's son from the future. Vegeta and Bulma actually hook up in the show, and he is their son from the future who comes back in time to warn them about a more powerful threat than Frieza coming, namely the androids. And as you'll see them right now at the bottom, you got the big guy in the back, Android 16, Android 17 and 18, the boy and the girl at the bottom. 17's the boy, 18's the girl. And then over there to the left is Android 20, Dr. Gero, who's actually the guy who made the androids. So pretty much in this season jumps in where like the first 3 were more like about space and shit. This one is more like the technological science fiction, time travel season. This includes the complete Garlic Jr., Trunks, and Android sagas. Now we start off with the Garlic Jr. saga. Now the Garlic Jr. saga is filler for the show. It's not in the manga. Now the reason B is that the manga was being written at the same time the anime was being made, so they had to add in some filler until the next manga issue came out. So hence we got the Garlic Jr. saga. Now I actually like the Garlic Jr. saga despite the fact that it's filler. Because Goku isn't in it, and it gives characters like Gohan, Krillin, and Piccolo time to shine. Because they're the heroes of this season. If you don't know who Garlic Jr. is, he was the bad guy in the first Dragon Ball Z movie. He's this little dwarf blue guy who made a wish on the Dragon Balls to be immortal. And he has a power to open up this other dimension called the Dead Zone. Now, in the movie The Dead Zone, he was locked into that dimension. Now, here, he's broken free, come back for revenge, and he has a group with him called the Spice Boys, which all have different names of different spices, like salt, vinegar, whatever. And so they have to, and he pours this stuff called the Blackwater Mist on Earth, and it makes everybody start going fucking crazy and tearing each other apart. Now it's up to Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin to kick these guys' asses. One thing leads to another. Gohan ends up unleashing his hidden power again and knocking Garlic Jr. right back into the Dead Zone where the little motherfucker belongs. So after that, we got the Trunks saga where we find out dun dun dun, Frieza's actually barely alive, and he gets robot parts. Gets his body reconstructed all with like mechanical robot parts, and he comes to Earth to get revenge against Goku, and he comes with his father King Cold, who's like this big friggin' guy with horns coming out of his head, similar to Frieza's like second transformation or whatever, the big stage. They're coming to Earth to get revenge, on Goku. But Goku did not die on planet Namek when it blew up. He actually managed to escape in one of the Ginyu Force's space pods, and he's actually learned a new technique called the instant transmission, where he can put his fingers to his head, lock on to an energy wave from some distant part of the galaxy or planet or whatever, and transport himself there, as well as other people with him if he's got his hand on them. Now, Frieza gets there, and Frieza figures, well, Goku's the only Super Saiyan, But little does he know, Trunks, a character who hasn't been born yet, shows up from the future, who's Vegeta and Bulma's kid. He shows up there, and he's got this badass sword. He whips it out, fucking slices Frieza into pieces, and just moves his hands real fast, and launches a blast out at him like that. It's called Burning Attack, I believe, and he, blows Frieza to pieces. And so pretty much Frieza's dead, and you're like, well, shit, who's the new more powerful? Who's the new big threat? The stakes have been amped up more. So Trunks tells them about these androids who are going to show up, and pretty much they kill all the Z fighters on Earth, and Goku dies of a heart virus. So they start preparing, for years or whatever before the androids actually do show up. And then when the androids finally show up, Goku's there now, and they've been training and everything for the androids to arrive. The androids get there. You got Dr. Gero, who's Android 20, and Android 19 is this fat little white robot. And the fat little white one fights Goku. Goku loses only because Goku gets hit by the heart virus. If it wouldn't have been for that, he most likely would have beaten this one. But then Vegeta shows up, and you find out Vegeta's actually become a Super Saiyan. So he shows up, and he's like badass. He rips the fucking arms off of the little fat white one and blows its head off and kills it. So Dr. Gero, when he sees that, he says, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I want none of that shit. So he flies out of there and fucking goes and turns on Android 17 and 18. Now, Android 17 and 18 are not really evil. They only fight the Z Fighters when the Z Fighters want to fight them. And pretty much, I mean, they turn on Android 16, who's like an experimental android. He's not really evil at all. He like not only that, but he like loves life and wants to preserve it. He only wants to fight Goku because he's programmed to. And pretty much Vegeta fights Android 18, the girl android, in a pretty cool fight. But she wears Vegeta down though, and he gets weaker while she stays the same because the androids have an endless supply of energy; they never run out. And so she manages to kick Vegeta's ass. So Vegeta's pride is really hurt, because he's finally unlocked Super Saiyan form, and then he gets beat by an android. So they decide to go off and do some more training to advance beyond the level of a Super Saiyan. So pretty much that's where it ends. Now enter season 5. We got the arrival of Big Daddy Papa Pump here, who's the main bad guy for this next set of seasons here, pretty much. We got Cell. Cell is a bad motherfucker. He's another android created by Dr. Gero. I guess he'd be like Android 21. He's called Cell because he's made up of different cells of like all the Z fighters. So he has all of their abilities. So he fights Piccolo in his first stage. Cell's first stage is like this insect type thing. And this Cell is also from the future. He's from Trunks' timeline, the future Trunks that shows up. And this Cell, this creature Cell, he's actually programmed to absorb androids 17 and 18. And if he does, he goes into, each time he absorbs one of them, he moves up to a more powerful form. And if he gets them both, he goes into his ultimate perfection form, which is, this one, bad motherfucker right here on the front. Now, Cell, I think, is a better character idea than Frieza, but I think all in all, Frieza is a more memorable character because they constantly keep bringing him back in the show. So that kind of elevates Frieza for me to probably be my favorite bad guy. But I will admit, if they never kept bringing Frieza back, though, and do other stuff with him, that Cell would probably be my favorite bad guy. And as you can see on the back here, right down there at the bottom, Trunks has gotten older. And then over here on the side, you got Trunks right up there in the front. You got Goku carrying Piccolo right there. And then underneath that, you got Vegeta, who has now made it to a level called Ascended Super Saiyan, where he's a more powerful version of Super Saiyan, where he's just like dominating Cell's second stage. Right underneath that, you got Cell's second stage whining like a bitch because Vegeta keeps kicking his ass. Right underneath that, you got Cell's final transformation, his most powerful stage. Or, well, at the time, anyway. He does get more powerful later, but we'll get into that. But, so Cell starts at his insect stage. He manages to absorb Android 17, but before he does, he gets in a fight with Android 16, who you find out is actually more powerful than 17 or 18, really. But he manages to absorb Android 17, the boy android. He transforms to his second stage, which is not like an insect-looking creature, which is more of like a humanoid type. He's like more like a frog type face, and he's like buffer. And so of course he wants to absorb Android 18, but Vegeta shows up having mastered Ascended Super Saiyan and fucking mops the floor with Cell's second stage. But of course Vegeta being really prideful, he's a really prideful character in the show. Cell goads him into letting him absorb Android 18 as well, so Vegeta can test his full power out against an even more powerful version of Cell. So Vegeta stupidly lets Cell absorb Android 18 as well, and then Cell makes it to his final transformation, which is his most humanoid looking. He pretty much has a humanoid type face. Well, he's right here. Once again, I'll just go ahead and show him to you. There he is. He's his coolest looking transformation in my opinion. And Cell, man, fucks Vegeta's shit up. Now, Trunks, little does Vegeta know, is actually more powerful than Vegeta now. So when Trunks transforms, he's more powerful than Vegeta, but he's made it to a level I believe is called Ultra Super Saiyan, where he's really huge and buff, but his speed is like pure utter dog shit. He's really slow. So even though he's more powerful than Vegeta, supposedly Vegeta could have unlocked this form as well, but didn't take it deliberately because he knew the speed decrease would make him useless in battle. So Trunks still gets his ass kicked by Cell. But Cell, having a huge ego, wants to have a world martial arts tournament where he can just dominate everybody and prove his superiority, his ultimate perfection, to everybody in existence. So then we jump into season 6. With Goku on the front, which I don't know why, because it should have been Gohan. Includes the complete Cell game saga. Now, the Frieza saga towards the end was a little bit weakly paced. It started to drag on. But once you get to like seasons 4, 5, and 6, after that, They're really well paced. The episodes don't really drag hardly as much at all. They're really well paced, and they go by much quicker, which I like. We jump on the back here. We got the Cell Juniors at the bottom, which are these little creatures that Cell can make. They don't have as much power as him, but they can kick ass pretty good. We got Goku shooting a Kamehameha at Cell. We got Hercule, who shows up in this season. He's like comedy relief. We got underneath him, we got Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, which is a bad motherfucker. And then we got Super Saiyan Goku, and then underneath that we got Cell. But yeah, pretty much in this season, Cell's hosting the tournament. Everybody starts training even more. Goku and Gohan come out of the hyperbolic time chamber, which is a place where like training in there for a day is like training for a year in reality. So they get way more training. So that's how Vegeta made it to Ascended Super Saiyan, how Trunks got to like Ultra Super Saiyan. Goku and Gohan come out and they're like full powered Super Saiyan. You know, they can stay in Super Saiyan form 24/7, not have to waste any energy powering up to it or transforming into that stage. I mean, and so even that's not strong enough to beat Cell. So when Cell's taking everybody out, he even beats Goku. Goku gives up in the fight because even though him and Cell are fighting pretty evenly, Goku's power is draining much faster, so Goku's going to lose regardless. So Goku just gives up. He volunteers Gohan to fight because Goku knows about Gohan's hidden power. So he deliberately volunteers Gohan because he knows if Gohan gets mad enough, he's going to unlock more of his hidden potential. So Cell keeps pissing Gohan off until Gohan fucking unleashes his power, finally comes out of him. He transforms into Super Saiyan 2, the first Super Saiyan 2. Gohan is like, his hair's more spiked up a little bit. He's got like one thing of hair like hanging out through here, and he's got like lightning in his energy wave around him. It's really awesome. He beats Cell so bad that he knocks Android 18 back out of Cell, and Cell devolves back into his second stage. He's just dominating Cell, but because he's so much more powerful now, Gohan just toys with him so much that Cell just wants to go kamikaze and blow himself up. But Goku uses instant transmission, takes Cell to King Kai's planet, because it's the only place he could think of at the time, and Cell blows up there, killing Goku. But Cell can regenerate as long as just one of his cells is left. So there's like one little microscopic tiny cell left, and it completely regenerates, and because he has Saiyan cells in him, he gets stronger after every battle, just like Saiyans do. So he comes back to Earth, and he's now pretty much like Super Saiyan 2 level. And he's got lightning in his energy, just like Gohan does. So he's like Super Saiyan 2 powerful Cell. So now Cell's even more powerful. He's called like Ultra Perfect Cell now. And he fucking has a Kamehameha match with Gohan, and they're like both evenly matched, but Cell's like but Cell's winning though. You can see Cell's winning. So Gohan like is communicating with his dad at the same time in the spirit world. Or Goku's communicating with him from the spirit world, I should say. And he's encouraging Gohan to fight on or whatever. So it's pretty much like a double team of a father and son Kamehameha. And he finally helps Gohan release even more of his hidden potential, and it shoots out and fucking annihilates Cell, destroying every cell in Cell's body. Total disintegration. Cell is fucking dead. So Trunks, no, everything's fine and peaceful now. Vegeta is not exactly parent of the year, but he has even more of a character arc here where he comes to like really love and appreciate his son even more, because when Cell actually injures Trunks towards the end of the season, Vegeta flies off and fucking bam, 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 blasts the dog shit out of him. It doesn't do any damage, but it shows that Vegeta actually cares about his son. And so now that Trunks knows this, you know, he's even more at peace in his heart because he really wanted to win his father's approval. So Trunks, the future one, heads back home to his own timeline. He gets there, he kills androids 17 and 18, the ones there in his timeline. He destroys them, and then Cell, of course, since Cell came from the future from Trunks' timeline, he shows up there getting ready to take the spaceship to go back in time to to start the whole circle. Keep it going. It's like a paradox or whatever. But before he gets to do it, Trunks turns around and catches him and beats the shit out of him, because Trunks is much more powerful, of course, now than Cell's first stage. So Trunks fucking dominates Cell's first stage and kills Cell like a matter of seconds. Yes, it creates some like time travel plot holes, but at the same time, time travel always has plot holes. It just pretty much goes by what's been done is done. You can't reverse it no matter if you destroy whoever's going back, whatever. So there's always time travel plot holes. So yeah, all in all, great 3 seasons. Great 3 seasons. 4 stars for these 3 seasons. A lot of fun. Highly recommend it to Dragon Ball Z fans. Better paced than season 3. This final season with Cell is just a lot of fun. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is awesome. Android 18, the girl android, actually is still alive, and she joins the good guys and actually marries Krillin. She falls in love with Krillin. So she's a good guy now, so that's really cool. Krillin eventually actually has a daughter named Marin. So yeah, it's really cool. Great, wonderful show, Dragon Ball Z, as I highly recommend it. And I'll see you guys again with seasons 7, 8, and 9 to wrap this fucker up.